Today we're reading story 103 from the Gospel Story Bible by Marty Machowski. Today's story is Jesus Cleanses 10 Lepers. It's on page 206 and it's found in Luke chapter 17. Luke is found in the New Testament. Here's the picture. This is Jesus Cleanses 10 Lepers, story 103. As Jesus traveled about, he performed signs and wonders and healed the sick. When people heard that Jesus was coming, they gathered on the road ahead and waited for him to arrive. One day, on his way to Jerusalem, somewhere between Samaria and Galilee, 10 lepers waited outside a village, hoping to see Jesus. Leprosy was terrible, an incurable disease back then. Once a person got leprosy, he was required to leave his home and his family and live outside the city, away from other people. The Jewish law said that a leper had to call out, "Unclean, unclean," to warn people who got near him to stay away. When the lepers saw Jesus outside the village, they stayed at a distance. But instead of calling out, "Unclean, unclean," they called out, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us." When Jesus saw the lepers and heard their request, he said, "Go and show yourselves to the priests." That was what the law told a leper to do if he was healed. If the priest agreed that the leprosy was gone, the person could go back to his home and back to his family. When the lepers heard Jesus' command, they hoped he had healed them and they hurried to obey. As they went on their way to the priests, all 10 were healed. How happy they must have been! But do you know what happened next? Only one of them turned around to thank Jesus for what he had done. That man praised God loudly at the top of his lungs, and when he reached Jesus, he fell on his feet and thanked him over and over again. The leper who returned was a Samaritan, a group of people the Jews didn't like. Jews and Samaritans didn't usually like to be together. Jesus looked down at the thankful man and said, "Didn't I heal 10 lepers? Where are the other 9? Didn't anyone come back to thank God except this foreigner?" Then Jesus said to the thankful man, "Get up and go your way. Your faith has made you well." Were you surprised that the 10 lepers who were Jewish didn't stop to thank Jesus, but the Samaritan leper did? In the end, many Jews rejected Jesus as the Messiah. In this story, the Samaritan who knelt at Jesus' feet got more than his leprosy healed. God touched his heart as well. The other 9 found healing for their leprosy, but this man found Jesus and forgiveness for his sin. Jesus praised him for his faith. You and I might not have leprosy, but our hearts are sick with sin, just like this man's heart and body were. When Jesus died on the cross, he made a way for all of us to have our sins removed. That's something we're thanking God for. Let's look at the picture again. You see it? How many lepers did Jesus heal? How many lepers returned to thank him? Where did all the other lepers go? Tune into our next video to learn more about God's big story. If you're following it along at home in your Old Story New devotional, we're on week 25, and on Monday you can start on day 1.